Hey, I'm Cyrus. So you work too hard, or too much, and you're burnt out, or you know on some level you're gonna get burnt out. And there's definitely part of you that wants to enjoy your life, that wants to rest more and play more and find that work-life balance, but you just can't, because something's driving you. Maybe it's that insatiable desire for more. Maybe it's a fear you won't have enough. Maybe it's that need to prove yourself. But if it's coming from those places, you could be dang sure it's never gonna be enough. So you're gonna have to do something about it if you wanna find that balance within you where you're actually enjoying your life as much as you work. And that's what we're gonna do in this session. It's not gonna be superficial, we're gonna go deep so you can actually make a meaningful shift in your life. So start off by finding an upright, relaxed, comfortable position in a chair and closing your eyes. With your eyes closed now, take a slow, deep breath in through the nose, breathe up into the top of the head, and let the breath rain down the body like a wave of energy as you exhale. Let's do 2 more like that. Breathe really deeply and slowly in through the nose up to the top of the head. Let the breath fall down as you exhale all the way down to the feet and toes. One last deep breath, the slowest and deepest one yet, breathing in deeply, slowly up to the top of the head, tracking the breath as you exhale all the way down the body as you relax your muscles. And now feeling your feet on the floor, noticing the tingling buzz of life energy rising up through the lower legs. Moving your mental spotlight to your upper legs, your pelvic floor, your lower belly, your upper belly, your chest, your neck, shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, palms of your hands, and your fingers. And now rest your attention at the spot between your eyebrows in a gentle, relaxed way, staying awake and alert as you center your attention between your eyebrows. And almost as if a movie screen is opening up on the spot between your eyebrows, just imagine yourself going on a trip down memory lane to your childhood if it feels safe to go there. Start by anchoring yourself safely in a pleasant moment and memory of your childhood. Let the energy of that memory wash through you, calming and grounding you as you connect to that younger version of yourself. And now, if it feels safe, you might choose to observe the adults in your life and their work-life balance. Just notice any patterns, any examples that were set for you at that formative time. Notice the energy, the vibe behind those examples that were set for you. What energies were driving that work-life balance or lack thereof in the adults around you. Just notice the vibe without judgment. And if there's any aspect you notice that's not helpful or healthy or something you would consciously choose now as an adult, imagine that child version of yourself handing back those examples, those energies to the adults around them. Literally seeing and feeling yourself handing them back so that you can create space within you to define your own balance. And if it feels safe to do so, just notice any early memories that come up now around feeling like you needed to work for love or for attention or to be enough for your caregivers or anyone else around you in your life at that time. Notice without judgment, with a sense of compassion, the subtle impressions that might have left on the psyche of your younger self, or any conclusions you might have drawn about yourself or life at the time. Notice any subtle feelings in your body, even if they're uncomfortable, that those memories might generate, and just get familiar with them as you allow them to flow through you for a moment. And just allow yourself to relax and allow those subtle tensions or energies to flow out of you now. Imagine them evaporating back into the ether as you effortlessly breathe now. Notice any space or lightness you've opened up within your energy and consciousness. And if it feels right, imagine what it would have been like for that younger version of yourself to consistently receive love and acceptance just as they were without having to do anything. Imagining and feeling what that's like for your younger self. Feel yourself soaking in this unconditional attention, love, acceptance, just as you are, just for existing. Don't block it out. Feel yourself relaxing, opening to it, allowing it to effortlessly amplify and grow through every cell of your body with each breath. Allow it to become stronger and overflowing, almost as if it's spilling out of you, like you can't contain that amount of love and good energy. And imagine that energy rippling out to every point on the timeline, into the past all the way to when you were a baby, and into the future through every version of you until this moment. Feeling every iteration of you on the timeline, receiving this energy freely, fully now, transforming you to the core of your being. And now, bringing yourself into the present day, imagine what it would be like to work and create from this foundation and feeling of being enough, being loved. Noticing any first impressions of how that energy could inform and affect your work. Begin to see and feel what it would be like to work in order to add this good feeling to the world, almost as if it's overflowing through you instead of a grasping feeling. And now notice who pops in your mind when I invite you to imagine and think about people who have a good balance between work, play, and rest. See if you can catch a vibe from these people in this moment and notice the sense of freedom or gratitude or balance that informs their way of being. And now I invite you to imagine and feel yourself embodying your own version of that balance. And as you feel yourself opening to that balance, feeling it as a possibility, notice what pops in your mind when I ask you to think about activities or games that you did throughout your life that are innocent and fun, that allowed you to feel playful and connected to yourself and others just for its own sake, for that feeling as an end unto itself, reflecting on the memories of those moments and activities. And now I invite you to reflect on memories where you felt a deep sense of restfulness, peacefulness, just some nice experiences where you were enjoying that feeling of being chilled out and the sweetness of that feeling just for its own sake. And now I invite you to imagine what your next week would look like if you decided to integrate 2 of each of those activities into your work week. 2 activities that were just for the purpose of play and fun, and 2 activities that are just about cultivating rest and relaxation, envisioning and imagining that week now. As you envision that, you might notice yourself opening to the synergistic effect that these choices and this balance creates. Instead of taking anything away, you might notice that the play and the rest fuels your enthusiasm and energy for your work, while that energy and deep focus for your work creates space for you to fully enjoy and be present with those other activities. So I invite you to consider this shift as a potential up-leveling of everything in your life instead of sacrificing anything. And instead of waiting until the magical point where you finally felt like you've worked enough so that you can be enough, or that you can relax enough, or you can enjoy your life, the awareness you've just poured into yourself can serve as a springboard into seizing the moment, seizing the day, and really soaking up the enjoyment, the rest, the fun, and the connection that you truly want out of life now, instead of waiting until later, and feeling that as a harmonious balance with your work, as something that fully fuels each other. So as you open your eyes and come back at your own pace, I invite you to write down and set reminders for 2 activities that are just for the sake of fun and playful connection, and 2 activities that are just about cultivating rest and relaxation in a deliberate, enjoyable way. You might choose to schedule more, perhaps 3 or 4 of each in the coming week, but 2 is a bare minimum I would suggest starting with. Make sure you set reminders and put them in places where you'll remember, so you don't let yourself off the hook, as creating this work-life balance is really about creating a new habit until you feel good about it, and feel that synergistic balance of the 2 fueling each other so that you can really fully embrace it. If it's useful to you, I suggest repeating this track once a week so you can really dig deep, shift your energy, envision that shift you want to make, and recommit to those activities until it comes naturally to you. Feel free to share this track with anyone you think it might be useful to, and I thank you for taking this time for yourself today. Have an amazing week.